You work hard. You are good at what you do. You show up on time. You contribute to your team. You collect a steady paycheck every 2 weeks. This routine provides a sense of security, a feeling that if you keep your head down, you'll eventually hit your goals. But here is the harsh truth. For the vast majority, a job will not make you rich. Relying solely on a salary is like filling a bucket with a hole. This essay will explain why your job is a limited tool for wealth creation and outline concrete steps to start building lasting wealth today. The idea that a job equals financial security is deeply ingrained. We are taught to get a good education so we can land a good job with good benefits. A job is an excellent starting point. It provides cash flow, stability, and a platform from which you can build. But it's a catastrophic mistake to think it's the end point. The system isn't designed for employees to capture the lion's share of value. Understanding that system is the first step to moving beyond it. Let us start with the most immediate barrier to building wealth from a job: taxes. When your employer offers $60,000 a year, your brain registers that number. You plan your life around it. But you never actually receive $60,000. Before a dollar hits your account, the government takes its share. Federal income tax, state income tax, Social Security, Medicare taxes. This is not a small percentage. A significant portion is siphoned off first. You are taxed before you can decide what to do. A typical employee's total burden can reach 20 to 40% or more. On $60,000, you might lose $15,000 to $20,000. Your net income is what you actually have to work with. You work for the gross, but only build from the net. This slows capital accumulation. To save $10,000, you might earn $14,000. $4,000 goes to taxes. It's a headwind from day one. Owners spend on legitimate expenses first and are taxed on profit. That's how the code is designed. It incentivizes ownership and investment. The second limitation: you trade time for money. Whether hourly or salaried, the core trade is the same. You give a unit of life for a unit of currency. This model has a hard, mathematical ceiling. There are only 24 hours, and you can only work a fraction of them. Even high-paid professionals are capped by billable hours. More money usually means more hours, not scalable. Let's use a simple example. At $50 an hour, you'd need 2,000 hours to earn 100,000. 200,000 implies 4,000 hours, over 76 per week. With no vacation, promotions and skills help, but gains are incremental, not exponential. 3% here, 10% there, not 500%. Income growth stays linear. The time for money trap is comfortable. That's why many stay in it. One person can only produce so much. The wealthy don't have more hours. They disconnect time from income. They build systems, businesses, investments, and intellectual property. Income continues whether or not they're clocked in. If pay depends on your labor, you're playing with a built-in cap. A business exists to generate a profit. That's not a judgment, it's a fact. It sells goods or services for more than it costs to produce them. Your salary is one of those costs. The value you create must exceed what you are paid. The difference is the value gap. The engine of employer wealth. Think of it this way. The system captures surplus by design. If your firm bills $300 for your hour and pays you $75, the rest covers overhead and profit, space, marketing, support staff, benefits, then returns to owners. You do the work. Owners capture most of the upside. You're renting out your skills, while your employer builds equity. It's true in retail, engineering, and sales. The platform captures the surplus. Not malicious, the company takes risk, organizes resources, and keeps the lion's share. As an employee, you trade upside for predictability. Owners accept risk for potentially unlimited upside. To build wealth, move from employee to owner, even on a small scale. If the wealthy don't get rich from jobs, they buy or build assets. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out. Use income to buy assets, then use asset income to buy more assets. Compounding turns small starts into big outcomes. Businesses, real estate, stocks, and intellectual property. Assets produce income with minimal ongoing effort. Beyond scalability, the tax code favors asset income. Earned income is typically taxed at higher rates. Portfolio and passive income often enjoy better treatment. Long-term gains and qualified dividends can be taxed lower. This gap is a tailwind for owners and a headwind for employees. Ownership unlocks deductions that lower taxable income and fund reinvestment. It's intentional. Incentives for building businesses and housing. Stay solely a W-2, and you exclude yourself. Learn the basics. It's a fundamental wealth skill. Recognizing a job won't make you rich can be unsettling, but you don't need to quit. Your job is your tool. It funds your foundation. Set a conscious spending plan and automate transfers. Pay yourself first on payday. Build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months in a high-yield savings account. It's not an investment, it's insurance. Learn basics: asset, liability, index fund, dividend, capital gain, cash flow. Once stable, create income not tied to your job. Start small. Prove you can earn outside a paycheck. 2 paths: invest in low-cost index funds or build a side business. Automate even $50 to $100 into a tax-advantaged account. Pick a simple, sub-10-hour week side stream. Monetize a skill or launch a tiny service or digital product. Route new income to assets. Reinvest automatically. A job is a great tool for income, but inefficient for long-term wealth. Taxes bite first, time caps earnings, and owners capture surplus value. To reach freedom, you must operate beyond the limits of wages. The wealthy don't rely on salaries. They buy and build assets. Businesses, real estate, and stock portfolios scale where jobs cannot. Often taxed lower, letting wealth compound faster. Shift from consumption to ownership with small, deliberate actions. Set an automatic transfer. Start with 10% of your next paycheck. Open a Roth IRA and automate a first $50 into a low-cost index fund. The act of starting matters more than the size. It's a marathon of consistency, not a sprint. Use your job to fund your emergency reserve, then your assets. Start a small side business to create income you control. Reinvest, repeat, and let streams merge. Over time, those streams become a river, not tied to your hours. That's real wealth. Time, choices, and peace of mind. It's not about a bigger paycheck. It's about ownership. Start building yours today. For more practical wealth frameworks, subscribe to Wealth Coded.